Is she Farrah Fawcett? We don't know. That might have accidentally occurred. This is, where is the description of the colour? There isn't one. Oh, so the soft, nope. The sun has got his hat on, but he's annoying me today. I need you to go away because it's too yellow. Thank you so much. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far, and welcome to today's video, which is going to be a will I buy it? Super fun. Love these videos. Let's get started. So first up, let's talk about this Byredo Kalahari palette. This is an easy pass for me. I don't know what it is about this brand. As far as makeup, there's just nothing so far that has like really spoken to me. I think the packaging looks exquisite. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. But what's inside? Like, I don't know if I should say this or not, but this is a safe space. I'm among friends. I'm sure it will be fine. This literally, if you just look at the inside, it reminds me of like a Makeup Revolution palette, just to lay out the thin, you know, lines between the pans and the color story, which to me just makes like no word of sense. I don't understand it. It's obviously not for me because I don't understand it, don't get it. I'm not hugely attracted to the brand in general. It just doesn't speak to me, and this palette is certainly no exception. So that is like the easiest of easy passes. Next up, another easy pass for me. This is the Pat McGrath Dark Star 006006. Is it 006? Version 3 is this? What's happening with these names? We could have come up with something catchier, couldn't we? We could have called it a name instead of 100 different numbers, but that's, you know, a side note. Essentially what we're talking about here is like a liner, a single shadow, and then like a mixing medium is my understanding of what is going on in this little set. To me, this is just such a flat launch. Like when I see like Pat McGrath is teasing us with something new is coming, I want a mothership. I want like a whole range of bronzes. I want even, you know, a launch of new quads would be, you know, very exciting. I don't want a single eyeshadow, one single eyeshadow in a green. Like that's not what I was, you know, hoping we were going for here. So I was just very nonplussed. This did not tickle my pickle. It did not get me excited. I was just like, oh, that's it. That's okay. That's for someone, but it's not for me. I don't need this one single green eyeshadow, you know? I can live without it, and it just didn't do it for me. So that was a little disappointing. I was catching on, I was noticing, I was sneak peeking the little hashtag inspiration that Pat starts doing whenever something new is coming, and this was just not what I was hoping for, to be honest. It's a beautiful green shadow, it is, but I don't really use single eyeshadows honestly anymore, and I certainly don't need one single eyeshadow from Pat. I need 12, okay? I need 12 of them. Is there 12 in it? How many's in a mothership? Is it 10? No, it's 10. Maths is hard. But yeah, this is it. Nothing about this jumped out and grabbed me by the gizzard and said, buy me. It just didn't, that did not happen at any stage. Next up, let's talk about these new products from Wayne Goss. He has 2 new blush highlight duos and a couple of lipsticks as well. The lipsticks, let's just get those out of the way because those were an easy pass. You know, I do have lipsticks quite literally coming out of my ears. It's painful. So in order for me to like get excited about lipsticks, there needs to be like a new formula, a new exciting something that has a great shade range and is something new to me. These are obviously an existing formula and just a couple of new shades. Neither of these shades really spoke to me or offered me something I felt like I needed that I don't already have. So let's just race right past those because the blush highlight duos are really what's interesting to me, at least in this collection, because I never picked any of the original shades up. When he launched those, I had an issue which I think a lot of people had, which was I wanted this highlight out of that duo and this blush out of that duo. None of the duos on both pans had me. I wanted to mix them about, you know, I wanted that highlight from that palette and that blush from that palette, and that was not an option that was offered. So that's why I kind of skipped on the previous launch. When I saw these, I thought, finally, I want both of these products, both of the highlights and both of the blushes. I feel like will work for me on my skin tone, for my preference. I like the look of both, so I picked up both of the blush highlight duos. It's been a week, I think, since I ordered them on launch day, and no sign as yet, but hopefully they'll be here any day and I can give you my thoughts on these. I just think they look perfect, inoffensive, soft, subtle, bit of something. I like the sound of the formulas based on people's reviews from the originals, so I am very excited to give these a try. I think it's been a while since I picked up anything from Wayne Goss. I think my last Wayne Goss purchase was the Moonstone eyeshadow palette, which I wasn't a huge fan of, and then the bronze contours, which I liked originally, but they just hard panned very, very quickly for me. So I'm excited to try these. Woo! Look how yellow it went. The sun is out, everybody. The Sweet Wildflower shade is a soft, dusty rose blush and a sandy gold highlight. That looks right up my street. And then the Desert Blossom, which is a soft, warm pink and a rose gold. Not really a pink girl when it comes to blush, but is it just me? Or does this actually look a little peachy to anyone else? Love a good peach. So yes, I'm excited to get those on my cheeks. I have high hopes, high expectations, and I just want them to be fulfilled at all times. I'm not asking for much. Next up, let's talk about the Estee Lauder Double Wear Powder. Now, of course, Double Wear, the foundation, is a very, very famous, very, very popular. I don't know if this is still the claim. I haven't checked my stats recently, but I know that Estee Lauder Double Wear has been like the #1 selling foundation in the UK for like decades. So it's a very popular foundation. Not so much in this house because it's very, very, very matte. Very matte foundation. Not really for me, not really my jam. But they are adding 6 shades of loose setting powder, or finishing powder it's described as, for setting makeup and saving you from shine. I don't want to be saved from shine, okay? I want all the shine. So apparently this powder is lightweight, silky sheer. It creates a soft focus blurring effect for a flattering, careful, photo ready finish in either matte or soft glow. Wait, in either matte or soft glow. What? I need to investigate further. So it seems as though there are 5 matte shades of the powder, and then there's one that is called translucent soft, which presumably is the soft, not matte version, presumably. I really like this packaging. I like where Estee Lauder is going. I feel like they're doing something. We said this with the blushes. It's like they're trying to sort of get back in with the times. They're trying to modernize the brand, which it's been time. So I like all of this. It looks nice. It sounds great. There's 5 shades that look pretty much exactly the same, but again, it is a translucent finishing powder. So, you know, I don't know how that's actually going to translate on the face. It looks like it will be pretty sheer. So interested to see what people think. Powder aficionados, it's not out here yet in the UK. So for me, this is a wait for review. Not a big powder girl at the best of times, but I am interested in the non-matte powder because I'm always interested in non-matte everything. Next, let's talk about GXVE Beauty. Now, I'm making this face because that's not how that's spelt, all right? We're off to a bad start. That is not in any way, shape or form close. It's not even close. If you maybe thought it was spelt with a Y, I could understand that you've done that, you know, phonetically. I can see where you may have made that mistake. There's no place for an X in there, is there? Give. What are we doing here? Why are we doing that? That's not how it's spelt. I don't understand what's happening. But that's, again, we've digressed. That's not, we're back to the let's look at the makeup. Try to ignore that they've just spelt that completely wrong for no reason whatsoever. Now, don't get me wrong, I love a bit of Gwen Stefani. I grew up wanting to be her, okay? And I love that she's included a really bold red lip because that is just synonymous with Gwen Stefani's name. When you think of her rocking a bold red lip. So I like that it's a celebrity that actually she's bringing out something that represents her, herself, what we know her for, her makeup. But this is all just very blah to me. Is it just me? Is it just me? I feel like it looks fine. I'm liking the packaging. This eyeshadow quad for a start, what's going on there? What was the point of that, I wonder? I wonder what the thought process was there. I don't like the look of these eyebrow pencils. They look a very strange shape to me. And I just think, you know, there are a huge number of brands out there at this point. We don't need more and more and more. And I am a stick to what you know kind of girl, you know. I don't love it when it starts raining new brands that I'm supposed to buy them all, you know. You know, I like the packaging. It's all doing something. It's something, but it's just not something that I want to buy. You know, there's nothing terrible about it. I'm not getting awful bad vibes. I'm just also not getting anything exciting, anything that I feel like, yes, I want to get involved. Yes, I want to do a whole testing of this whole brand and just get it all. I just don't. I just feel like it's just neither here nor there. It's nowhere. Is it anywhere? I don't know. It's not here. It won't be here. I'm going to just pass for now. Maybe in the future, the brand will bring out more and more and it will start to intrigue and interest me more. But I just feel like this isn't a brand that's for me. I'm just not seeing what I want. It's not giving what I wanted it to give, you know? Do you know? Who knows? Now, something that is giving me what I want it to give, as always, Charlotte Tilbury is just delivering me the goods that my heart desires. Now, this is an upcoming, any moment now, I feel, Pillow Talk collection. I know a lot of people are like, oh, stop with the Pillow Talk, please. It's too much Pillow Talk. Here's the thing. I don't care what it's called. Not bothered. Call it whatever you want as long as it's not overly sexualized. Please, please stop that. I don't care that this is called Pillow Talk. It's different to the existing Pillow Talk products. So it doesn't really bother me that, you know, a lot of the products in Charlotte Tilbury's collection have some kind of Pillow Talk name. That makes no difference to me, to my life. I just want to look at the products and do I want it or not? That's kind of my decision process, that whether it's called something that, you know, people are bored of hearing, I don't know, and I care not. I'm just interested in, I see it, I like it, I want it, I'm getting it. That's how the brain works in Charlotte's town or head, you know, where the brain is located most of the time. So we know that there is this highlight coming. There is also an eyeshadow quad, but I have seen photos and swatches of the quad and it is chef's kiss-ing me. I love it. It reminds me very much of the Fire Rose quad, but it's just a little more of a sort of subtler vibe, a little softer. There are 2 mattes, 2 shimmers. My exact perfect ratio of finishes. It's just a bit of me. This collection is me. It's speaking to me. It made my heart sing. I think there's going to be more than this as well. I've seen other stuff. I don't know if it's all coming out at the same time, if it's all being launched together. But, yeah, so far, highlight, yes. Eyeshadow quad, yes. Anything else that comes along? Yes, else. This is like my style, my type of makeup, my shades, my vibe. I'm here for it. You got it. It's a yes. Next, let's talk about the Dior Mother's Day lipstick. So Dior came out with some lipsticks for Mother's Day. I don't know why I felt the need to explain that. It was probably pretty self-explanatory, I would have thought. But, you know, we've done it now. Oh, no. This is the usual finesse that Charlotte brings to the table in her Will I Buy It. So there were 3 shades, and essentially what's going on here is they've got some beautiful flowers embossed on the bullet. But guess what? These are existing shades. They are all shades that are in Dior's permanent line. And if you didn't want them without the embossing, why do you want them with the embossing, you know? If your mother is a big fan of one of these shades of Dior lipsticks, would she appreciate the gift with this beautiful embossing on? Probably yes. In that instance, I can completely understand. But these are all shades that I've previously chosen not to buy and not been interested in. So for me, whacking some flowers on it does not change my mind, okay? We will not fall for that here. So that is a pass from me. Next up, we can hopefully now talk properly about the Natasha Denona pastel palette without fear of repercussions for doing so. So we now have the official images, we have some beautiful swatches, and we already have some reviews coming through. I watched Jenna Froze's already fabulous, very quick review for us, which just goes to show the ridiculousness of the situation when these images get leaked and everyone gets asked to take them down, even though they bought the palette with their own money legitimately from a shop, and we should be allowed to do whatever we want to do with these products. But it seems to happen every single Natasha Denona launch. But you know, that's for another day. Now, as I said previously, this is just not for me. I literally look at this palette and think that is beautiful, delight, a treat to the eyes. It's something different and new. I think if you are into pastels, you love pastel shadows, this will be your dream come true. But for me, it's a nightmare. Okay, I wake up, cold sweats, can't go back to sleep, need to wake my husband to immediately tell him what's happened. That kind of level of nightmare, you know? I am in no way attracted to this other than I think it looks beautiful. I fully appreciate it. That's the difference, okay? I appreciate, I'm not looking at this thinking that's disgusting or it's vile or it's horrid. I'm not, I promise. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking it's not for me. I appreciate the beauty, okay? I see it, I get it, I can see, I understand. It's just not for me. I will never use it. It'd be a complete waste. I purchased Circa Loco last year and I definitely got some use and fun and enjoyment out of that, but I don't need another like crazy colourful palette because I, you know, like to push myself out of my comfort zone, but I also enjoy having money and not buying lots of things that are not for me. You know, one is, you know, I like, you know, here and there, bought the Hindash monochrome. I can use that. I can enjoy that. I brought Circa Loco. I can use that within my own realms of capability. This is, it's a step too far. Okay. We're getting crazy. We're getting silly now. Okay. Stop it. So that's going to be a no. It's going to be enjoy from afar, appreciate other people's enjoyment of it, watch other people's videos and just enjoy their skill and their love and the joy that they're going to get from this palette whilst keeping my money in my own, I was going to say pockets, but there's never any money in my pockets. My bank account is where it lives. Next, Lex Luthor. Next up, let's talk about the Hermes. What is happening today? Next, let's talk about the Hermes Plein Air collection. I'm saying plain, that's what we're going with. Now, I have already purchased the highlight from this collection. I've used it a few times. I like it. I don't think it's an absolute overwhelming necessity, bare necessity. I don't think it is one. I think it's a nice to have. I'm enjoying it. Don't dislike anything about it. I do prefer, I think, the original Hermes highlight to this one. I just think the texture is a bit smoother and thinner. This one is a little thicker. Think about the original Pat McGrath, was it the Fetish highlight that has that sort of thickness to it? It's slightly more in that direction, I would say. So I like it. I'm not obsessed with it. It's not a new holy grail, but I do like it. I decided to skip on the tinted moisturiser. It just didn't really excite me very much. My understanding is that it's very, very sheer. I've seen some reviews and I've spoken to some people I know who have tried it. And it's just, for me, it's a very, very expensive tinted moisturiser, okay? Very, very expensive. And it just is really, it's not doing enough for me or for anyone. In fact, it's almost like a complexion perfector. I think even calling it a tinted moisturiser is a bit of a stretch because it just isn't giving enough to qualify, in my opinion. It's very, 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 very minimal. I have some great tinted moisturisers that I absolutely love. I also have some products that are super, super sheer and just give you a touch of, you know, like skincare or getting rid of redness or just neutralising rather than giving you any coverage or anything. And I just don't need any more. I didn't really want to review this collection. I just wasn't really excited enough to do that. So for my personal feeling, I just was very nonplussed about it. Just didn't make me want to buy it. Didn't feel like the packaging was very exciting. Didn't feel like the shade range was great. Didn't feel like it offered me a lot of anything that I didn't really have already. And therefore it was an expensive, easy pass. The powder is an obvious, like, why? No. Definitely not. We don't even need to add anything to that. Next up, we have this Huda Beauty Cherry Blossom lipstick duo. There's also a powder, but my understanding is that this is just a different colour of her existing loose powder. So I already have her loose powder. I can't remember even what shape. Pound cake. There you go. Just straight in there it went. From nowhere. So that's the shade I use. My understanding is that there's this sort of pinkish colour of the powder added to this collection. I won't be buying that. I don't need it in a different colour. I have the colour already that I use. This lipstick combo, you know that I really think they are very nice liquid lipsticks, this formula from Huda. I think it's great. One of the best, as comfortable as it gets, as really long wearing, long lasting, bulletproof, I was going to say transfer proof, but not even transfer proof. Bulletproof lipstick, great formula if you like liquid lipstick, matte liquid. Why can I not say that? If you like liquid lipstick, the matte liquid lipsticks that dry down, a very good option from Huda. Really, really nice formula, great shades. This is a beautiful colour. I don't really feel like I need this. You know, I'm not a huge liquid lipstick user or fan or lover. And actually I feel like this is kind of similar to the shade I already picked up, Icon. It kind of does the same thing. I don't need two kind of similar, but I think this is a beautiful duo. I appreciate it. I like it's got a gloss in there for anyone who wants to take the edge off of the life that would be sucked out of their lips when they apply these types of lipsticks. But yeah, for me, it's just, it's not enough to push me over the edge. I like it. I think it's nice, but it's just not quite enough. I'm not quite there. Next up, I need you guys to help me with this one because I'm really on the fence. This is the Byredo CC powder and it's a new shade, Sunny Flash. Now, Sunny Flash is the shade that I like in the CC serum. That I think is the only, so I've tried the powders from Byredo, really big fan, love them. The loose powders, this is, the loose setting powders. And I've tried the CC serum. I think those are the only things I've ever tried from the brand. As always, please correct me if you can remember something else I've used because I have a brain like a sieve. I can't remember anything. There's just so much makeup going in and out all of the time that I can't remember a single thing that happened longer ago than like last Wednesday. That's about my limit as far as remembering what happened, okay? So I'm not hugely familiar with Byredo. I've tried a couple of things and I love them both. So that's a good start. I've never tried these pressed CC powders, but I think they're really popular, aren't they? I think they are. So this looks very pretty. I'm not fully sure I understand what it is. I hear skincare like claims and I'm confused because for me, if you've done your skincare and you've then gone in with the SPF, you've then put like foundation on and then you're using this as a powder, I don't know that any skincare benefits are going to penetrate all of that and actually have any effect, but you know, maybe it's the thought that counts, I'm not sure. This shade particularly draws me in more than any of the previous shades have because it's just such a beautiful, pretty shade. I think it's also a bit more impactful than some of the previous shades that are kind of like, are they finishing powders? Are they setting powders? Are they a very, very subtle highlight? Because this almost has a bit of a bronzing / blushing effect as well. So I'm really intrigued by this. I just don't know. I'm just kind of on the fence. I'm thinking about it. Should I do it is the question. I don't know. I'm just not fully sure I know what it is, really. I'm not sure. What is it? What does it do? Is it blush, bronzer, highlight, all over powder? What's happening here? And have you tried it? And should I try it? That's my question to you. And last but by no means least, or maybe it is least, depending on what your thoughts are, this is the Bobbi Brown by Ulla Johnson collection. Now this, I have not purchased anything from Bobbi Brown for donkey's years, not just human years, for donkey's years. It's been a very, very long time. Couldn't even tell you what it was. I think it was the crushed lipsticks that were fairly decent. The brand has spent a very long time in purgatory in this house. It's just never, there's nothing coming out from the brand that ever like pushes me over the top, that ever appeals to me, honestly. I feel like it's a brand that's kind of gotten lost and it has its sort of fan base and its audience that really love the brand, but outside of that people are just passing on it all the time. I think this packaging is lovely. I think the highlighter looks really pretty. I think all of the lipsticks look really pretty, but I just don't feel drawn to purchasing any of it. And I think that's how I feel about the brand in general. I think now it's really going to take something from Bobbi Brown to really get my attention, like to really, because I've lost trust, I think is what it is. Or maybe I haven't gained trust in the first place because I've just not tried enough. Nothing's really appealed to me. I never see anyone raving about the brand, and it needs a resurgence. Should we start one? I don't know. Should we? What do you think? What do you guys think of Bobbi Brown? Will you be picking up this collection? Do you feel the same way as me? Or are you one of the brand's very loyal, very happy clients that I know there are lots of? I think you're either a Bobbi Brown person or you're just not. Which are you? So there you have it. As usual, quite a lot of products I have no interest in, but a few that I am. Please tell me down below in the comment section what you think of these products, what you plan to pick up, what's an easy pass for you, and whether or not you think I should pick up some of the products that I'm kind of on the fence about. Please let me know. It's always so helpful to hear from you guys as well. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'd love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.